Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. I've got some beauty empties to share. I've got so much on my table in front of me. I don't know how I let it get to this point. I just kept stuffing stuff in the bag. I have a canvas tote bag on the door handle in my bathroom, and whenever I finish something, it goes in there. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Now, I will tell you there are a few things that aren't quite done, but they're so close to being done that I'm gonna put them in here and expect them to be gone in less than a week. All right, I'm gonna start with what's right in front of me. I'm just gonna go quickly through the hair products. I've been repurchasing these for years. These come in a duo at the holidays, and I buy 2 to 3 of them so that I don't have to pay, the $38 or $48 for one. I can get them for like 50 something, get them both together. That's how I do it. And I always stock up at the holidays when they have that duo set. But this is a Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal Exfoliating Shampoo and the Don't Despair Repair Conditioning Mask. Love these. I've been using this right here, I don't know, for maybe 7 or 8 years. And I tried a lot of other exfoliating shampoos. This is my favorite. I know there are other good ones out there, but this one works well. Both of these I think are made specifically with people with hair texture in mind. And I do have curly hair, so it's like my lone little curl that's out today. Everything else is pinned up. But I'll tell you, it just works. And it's one of the few brands I'm willing to spend the coin on, because most of the rest of what you see here is going to be a lot more affordable. I'm always looking for something that's going to repair my hair. And for years I've been using Olaplex number 3. I have another one of these in my shower right now. Not this size, it's the regular 3.3 ounce, but I've never had any problems. And Olaplex is going through a lawsuit right now. I've never used anything but the number 3. Always works well for me, always makes a difference. I did try out the K18. This is a different product. This is one that you use before shampooing and wash out. And this is one where you use it after shampooing, but don't, like, you get out of the shower, your hair has kind of been wrapped in a towel, and then you put this in and you leave it in. And I'm still not sure which one I'm gonna repurchase, since I already have one of these in the shower right now. I might see if I can get another one of these guys. Where I don't spend my money is on daily shampoo and conditioner. I do live in a place where there is hard water, so I get this. This I pick up at Sally's. This is the Pure Ion Purifying Solutions. This is a great, affordable shampoo that will get out not just hard water in your hair. It makes a big difference. Like the first time I used this, I was like, oh my goodness, is this my hair? Because my hair had not been feeling soft for a long time. Hard water deposit. But it also is really good at getting product buildup and other things in your hair. This is like this has sulfates in it, so if you're doing curly girl method, don't use it all the time. But there are times I just need to get all of the hard water out and like reset. So I'll use this, I'll put the deep conditioner in, good to go. But I have another bottle of this in my shower at the moment. Here's one I wish I could find locally, and I can't. I could order it online, but the Cantu for natural hair, this is one of those products, this brand I fell in love with, and I just keep repurchasing. It's affordable. It's made for textured hair, and it's not expensive. It's not like elegant. The packaging is not like the best ever, but I'll just tell you, it works. And this co-wash I think is nice. It's like what, $6, maybe $7, and it lasts quite a while because you're getting 10 ounces in here. But on the days that I don't need, especially in the wintertime when my hair is a little bit drier, when I need a little bit less stripping and I just need to get product out of my hair, this co-wash is great. I can't tell you how long I've had this duo, probably more than a year in my shower. Like, remember, I wash my hair twice a week. That's me. If I do it more than that, I end up with a head of hay. It just gets really straw-like and dry and brittle, but I love this duo. The cleansing cream shampoo and the hydrating cream conditioner, so affordable. I think the last time I purchased these, it was like $12 for both, like together. Like they were like, I think $5.99 or something, I don't know. I get them at Sally's. I really like this, but again, I try not to spend too much on my hair because I need, first of all, what works, and I need products that don't have silicones and that don't have sulfates, and these are made for curly hair. Here is the Cantu product that I can't live without. This is the styling product I use in my hair. This is the Moisturizing Curl Activator Cream. Since my last empties, I've gone through 2 bottles. I am a third of the way through another one. They recently changed their packaging. Their packaging used to look a little bit more like this. This keeps my hair from getting frizzy. If I put too much in, it looks like I'm doing like a wet style from the 80s. It looks like perpetually wet and crunchy. But if I put in just the right amount, I get definition, I get hold, I get a minimization of frizz because my hair can get to be really frizzy. But I love this. And even on the days that I don't like wash my hair all the way, I'll get it slightly damp in the shower, thin some of this out with a little bit of water in my hand and lightly go over my hair just to kind of calm down the overnight frizzies from having slept. Love this. This is like what, $7, $8 at Sally's. I get them 3 or 4 at a time because I don't want to be without this. And if they ever stop making this, I don't know what I will do. Love. Finished a couple of fragrances. This is Viktor and Rolf's Bon Bon. This is a really sweet flower bomb fragrance. It's so sweet. I love sweet fragrances, but this might have been a little too sweet. I remember loving a sample of it, and I got it when it was on sale at the holidays in the end of 2021. And I finished it before that 12-month mark was over. I did really like it, but I don't know that she's a repurchase. What I have perpetually repurchased for almost, I don't know, maybe 2 decades now, whenever this first came out. I think it came out in 2005. It's the Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb. I have a full size and I have another purse spray that I'm working on. The purse spray, you know, it gets taken with me. This little purse spray got finished up, but I love this fragrance. Please keep in mind that things from my shower always look terrible because of the hard water. One of my favorite things, and I've got a different scent in there, is the Tree Hut Sugar Scrub. I love this stuff. This is the Margarita Citron. If you ever liked the Philosophy Senorita Margarita, this smells just like it. Not as expensive. I don't know if they have a body wash in this. They just recently started making body washes like in the last couple of months. And I have the Tropic Glow one, which I love. That's in my shower right now, but I have a Tropic Glow Sugar Scrub. I always have one of these on hand. I think they're great, and I like to pick them up when they're on sale. Crave Beauty is one of my favorite skincare brands, and around the holidays, was it Black Friday or shortly after, they mentioned that they had some products that were kind of like didn't quite work out. This is the Matcha Hemp Body Wash. It wasn't meant to be a body wash. It was meant to be the Matcha Hemp Moisturizing Face Wash, which I love. And there is a tube in my shower right now. But this batch wasn't perfect. And they're like, we could throw it away or we could package and sell it as body wash. I loved it as body wash. I feel like if they made it regularly in body wash, I would use it all the time. I'm almost out. What I did is I squeezed this into a pump in my bathroom and I have like this much at the bottom, but I went through 2 of these and there are 10 ounces in each one. So yeah, and they were selling it for like $6-7 because it was like an imperfect batch. No problem there. Something else that I finished up that I really love, and I do have another one in my shower right now, is this from Beauty Pie, the Super Healthy Skin Moisturizing Shea Butter Suds Body Wash. This is amazing. I love the way this smells. If you like citrus scents, you would really like this. It has a little bit of like orange and maybe neroli. Very elegant. It really reminds me scent-wise of their accompanying Super Healthy Skin Moisturizing Body Cream, as well as, and if you've ever smelled it, you'll know what it is. It's the Atelier Cologne Orange Sanguine. It's not exactly, but it's very reminiscent of that. More expensive fragrance. But I love the way that, and I don't have to unscrew it. It does have a little flip top lid. Smells good. Love this stuff, but this was a repurchase. This makes me sad. They don't make this anymore. This was the chemistry brand Retin Oil Body Oil Repair. This is a moisturizing dry oil that had retinol in it. So you could help take care of, like, if you had any keratosis pilaris, if you had like some really dry legs that needed to be moisturized and exfoliated at the same time. It was really good at taking off all that dry skin. Good for putting over stretch marks. I loved this stuff, and I'm so sad they don't make this anymore. And I was hoarding the last little bit of it, and I finally finished it up. But this is so sad. Another thing that I had that I didn't know I should have been hoarding until it was too late was this. This is the Bliss Kiss Simply Sealed Lotion Stick. This is basically like a giant chapstick that you roll up. Mine is like scraped, like I scraped all of it out. But you just do that, you swipe it on your skin, rub it in, and it's amazing. It has beautiful, like it has shea butter. It has coconut oil. It has lanolin, it has beeswax, it has jojoba oil. It has a lot of beautiful moisturizers, and I love the scents that they have. Now, the reason I'm a little bit miffed was that when I went to repurchase, I purchased like 2 more of these lotion sticks that everybody in my house uses and loves because they're so moisturizing. I found out that their supplier of lanolin had changed and now it smells sheepy. So I wrote back and I was like, I think I got ones that were off. These smell weird. I can't smell the fragrance. All I can smell is like oils that have gone off. And they're like, oh, and they told me the bit about the lanolin, and I was like, oh no. And so they sent me new ones in different fragrances that had a little stronger fragrance. They still smell a little sheepy, but I use it at night. So before I go to bed, arms, legs, any place that's dry, hands especially. And then I fall asleep so I'm not smelling it. Once it's totally absorbed, I really don't smell it anymore. But it's like if you were to open it up and do this, my husband says he can't smell it. So my sense of smell is a little bit more distinct than his. But to me, it doesn't smell like it used to. And this was one of the old ones and I'm so sad. Let's talk some cleansers. This took forever to get through, but I really like it. I liked it enough to repurchase it. This is the Beauty Pie Super Healthy Skin Gentle Foaming Face Wash. My only beef is, you see there's like a little bit down here. There is no way to get that out. I tried to tip it upside down and then it runs down the side of the wall and then it hits this flat spot before. Like if this was domed here, it would all fall down to the bottom, but since it's a flat surface, the other problem I had was that halfway through using this bottle, I was like about right here when this pump started like giving like little baby pumps. It wasn't giving like full pumps. And I had to like press it like 3 or 4 times, you know, to get just enough to wash my face. Okay, whatever. I have a new one of these. We're still like only to here. I haven't had any problems with the pump. Here's hoping I don't. I like this formula. I think this is good for people who have normal to combo skin. I don't know that this would be enough for somebody who had oily skin. Maybe it would be, I don't know. I definitely think that this product here is too much for someone who has dry skin because my oldest kid has dry skin and every time she's washing her face in my bathroom, she's like, do you have something other than this for a second cleanse? Because this makes her face too dry. But for me, it's perfect and it doesn't feel stripping or drying on my skin. And I have mostly normal skin, but I have a combo, I guess oily T-zone, so I'm combo. This is just enough for me, never dries me out, always love. Something that I never liked that she liked and she's almost done with her second one is this. This is the Estee Lauder Gentle Eye Makeup Remover. This is one of those that comes in their holiday blockbuster every year and it was just sitting in my skincare closet. She's like, what's that? I said, well, eye makeup remover. Do you want to try it? And she loves it. Now that she's run through this one, there's the one she's using, she's almost done with. She's like, how much is it if I really like it? And I was like, oh no, I think it's like 20 something dollars. She's like, for an eye makeup remover. I'm like, but I don't know. She may purchase this on her own, but it's not my favorite. I love the one from Lancome. All right, so here is one. Look how big this is. I feel like it's almost as big as my face. It's not. This is the Clean It Zero from Vanilla Co. Mine is almost done. Like I'm gonna be done with this before the end of the week. This is the first balm cleanser I ever tried. This is a Korean brand, but I love this. I got it when it was on sale, 50% off. I always try and find a balm cleanser that is on sale somewhere because for me, it's on my face for that long. I need you to do the job of breaking up my makeup, getting off my eyeliner, my mascara, and then, you know, I take a muslin cloth to my face with some water and emulsify it all off, and then I go on to my second cleanse. So I don't need like really expensive, bougie, I just need it to work. This works really well. And if you ever see it on sale at Ulta for 50% off, I like the one from Clinique, the Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, but I never pay full price. I always wait till I can get a duo pack on sale. I do like other ones. I love the one from Hamish. Hamish is another Korean brand, but I almost never find that one on sale. My point is, use what works for you, but see if you can get something because it's on your face for like a minute or less. It's not doing anything more than getting rid of your makeup. So find one that you like and then get it when it's on sale. So I do like this one. This was great, but I don't know that it's my immediate repurchase. Here is something I have to tell you about that I am so impressed with. For years, I have been using Johnson & Johnson's baby soap, or I have been using Dr. Bronner's Castile soap to wash my makeup brushes. I really do like using a bar of soap, but if, like me, you go through those bars from Beauty Blender really quickly, I've tried the one from It Cosmetics, I've tried the one from Ulta, I've tried other ones, they just go so quickly because they're so small and they're round. Like the one from It Cosmetics is rectangular, but it's like this thick. It's so tiny and they're charging 20 bucks for it. I'm like, no. So I found one that's actually the same size as an actual bar of soap and it was $14. This is the Takeda Brush Purely Soap. This is made in Japan, and I bought it on Reed Clark. Reed Clark is Fiona Styles' kind of shop. Fiona Styles is a fabulous makeup artist, but she was sick of having friends who were going to Japan. Oh, pick me up some of this, or someone who was going to the UK. Oh, get me some of this, or someone who was going to France. Pick me up some of the French, you know, like, no. She's like, I'm just gonna start putting all of my favorite, like, holy grails in a shop, and it's called Reed Clark. I'll link it down below. But this $14 bar of soap was like thick like this. It was like a bar of soap for $14. It costs less than the one from It Cosmetics. It was like $23, $24. And you got like a thin little wafer slice. You know, I wash my brushes twice and she's gone. I've been liking the one from Rougher, but theirs is maybe about this big, but it's round. So you get way more here. This is a Japanese soap. The one from Rougher is a Japanese soap. This one's kind of beigey white. So if you have like white goat hair brushes, it's so good for that. I find that it doesn't dry my brushes out. I have a lot of Rougher brushes. I have some from Wayne Goss that are also the white goat hair. I have some like Sonia G white goat hair. If you have nice brushes that you don't want to strip, and I feel like sometimes I have to work really hard if I'm using Castile soap. I have to work really hard if I'm using Johnson & Johnson's. This one breaks up all of the makeup, and it doesn't take too long to do it. And it's like, but it doesn't make them so dry. Because for the longest time when I was using other things to clean my makeup brushes, like these goat hair ones, I would put a little like conditioner in them. I don't have to do that. I really love this. And it's $14. Okay, I'll stop. I do really like a lot of Beauty Pie products. I wanted to show you all of my Beauty Pie skincare empties really quick. This is one that I repurchased. I have a brand new one of these. This is the Uber Youth Super Eye Energy Peptide Infusion Cream. It's a little pot of cream. Love this stuff. And how much are we getting in here? We're getting a half an ounce, which is kind of standard. I wish that they would do here what they do here. Normally in the US, you're getting 1 ounce in a face cream and half an ounce in an eye cream. What I love is that a lot of times Beauty Pie here will give you 1.69 ounces. You're getting, you know, like an extra, almost 3/4 more than you would in a standard American sized jar. This one I really liked as well. This is a triple hyaluronic acid. This face cream, it comes in like a little pink jar, but it looks pinker when there's the white stuff on the inside. I really like this product. I don't think there's enough in here to pull out, and it's very little. But I like that it feels really soft and bouncy. It doesn't ever feel greasy. It doesn't ever feel heavy or occlusive. It's like almost like a layer, like a cloud on your face. This is a little bit thicker, great for the under eyes. I find I need the smallest amount of this. This I feel like I can layer on it. It never gets too heavy. Now, one that I have to be careful of, because with my combo skin, it can get a little heavy, but I've gone through countless jars of this, and this is my 15-year-old's favorite right now. So this is the Plantastics Deep Nourishing Moisture Balm. Okay, there's one that's open in my bathroom right now. I instantly repurchased this. I got one for my daughter for her birthday. She's got it in her bathroom, but she always comes to take mine. I think this was my 5th or 6th jar, and either the 6th or the 7th jar is on the counter. The 7th or the 8th jar is in my teenager's bathroom. We love this stuff. Now, this is one of those that I cannot use because it is so nourishing. It is a little bit on the occlusive side. So if you want something to kind of like steal all of your skincare in, this would do it. I can't use this during the day. I only use it as a night cream. She uses it like all the time because her skin is dry. She loves it. But I find that this is one of those that if I'm really wanting to seal moisture, and especially during the wintertime, I cannot be without this. I'll put on all of my moisturizing products, and then I'll put a layer of this, a very thin layer over the top. And it's not quite like slugging if you were using like Vaseline or something, but this is fantastic. I really, really love this product. I finally finished this Super Retinol High Dose Intensive Booster Treatment. This is one of those that I'd had for a while and I quit using. And then I wanted to get into the habit of using a retinol nightly, and sometimes my skin gets really irritated. And I think it's because I don't stick with it long enough. I'm like, my skin is dry. My skin is unhappy. So I've been changing the way I do things. But I wanted to start with this because I did pick up the new Uber Youth Retinol from Beauty Pie, which is like even more intense than this. And this is already saying it's the high dose intensive booster. So this was their highest dose retinol. before the new one from the Uber Youth line. But I finished this up, getting my skin kind of ready to start using the Uber Youth one, which I have been liking. I do have an Empty Youth Balm right here. This is their 360 Facelift Serum. I did not notice a lot of difference in my skin with this. Some people say it's like dramatic and like, oh my goodness, my skin is so different. I didn't notice a difference. I did feel like it was good at moisturizing my skin. I did feel like it was good at maintaining like the place where my skin was at. I did order another bottle of it, but I got it in a duo with the Youth Balm face cream, which I have open on my counter right now, and I really, really like. So I got them together, seeing that if maybe one plus the other is going to make me really appreciate this more, but I'm not sure. And I was using it night and day for like 2.5 months until I ran out, and I was like, okay, let's take a before and an after. And I didn't see anything more than my skin still looking like my skin had when I first started, but maybe it's gonna take longer than that. But I did repurchase. Another one of my favorite skincare brands is Peach and Lily. I have really been enjoying their Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Repair Serum. This is the first time I tried it, and I really, really liked it. It helps me taking care of some of the texture I can get on my chin. It also helps to exfoliate gently. It's not too much, it's just enough. Perennial favorite is this. I don't know how many bottles of this I've repurchased, but this is the Glass Skin Refining Serum. The one that I have open right now is like their jumbo size. It's the first time I've ever picked up their jumbo size because I had so many of these that I would get like when they were half off during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, or they were 40% off, and I would pick up like what I could get on sale. Always buy skincare on sale if you can, but I like that this brand has some really beautiful products, but they're not too expensive. Another thing I really liked is this. This is the Peptide Pro Firming Moisturizer. This is their kind of new-ish moisturizer. It's kind of blue. There's nothing left. I was like getting every last drop out. I had been using the matcha one. I do have the matcha pudding, another one of those in my skincare closet that I haven't opened yet, but I feel like in my 30s, the matcha pudding one would be perfect. In my 40s, I'm glad they have this one here that has the Peptide Pro Firming Moisture. I felt like this did a good job of keeping my skin happy, moisturized, and I did feel like I wasn't continuing to look older and more like my face is falling. I really like this cream. I was looking to see whether this cream or the one from Beauty Pie, their Youth Balm, like ceramide, peptide, whatever cream is, would be better. That one is $49. This one is $45, and they both have 1.69 ounces. I might end up, I don't know, getting this, especially if I can ever get it on sale, like 20% off with an Ulta coupon, or if it ever goes on sale during a 21 Days of Beauty. I might switch to this because it's a little bit less expensive, but I feel like they both do a really good job equally. I will tell you, I did just repurchase, not this, but the one from Beauty Pie. But I have been liking these peptide firming creams. This one's really good, definitely recommend. I started out loving this Eucerin SPF. This is their Age Defense with Hyaluronic Acid sunscreen. It has SPF 50. Love that. The problem I had was that it is so moisturizing, I find that it travels. I can be very careful to not get it like in my eye, but if I get it too close to my crow's feet, it sits in those crow's feet and then it just kind of, and pretty soon I can tell that's what it's doing. It's just like going in those little crinkles straight to my eye, and then my eye starts to water and I cry. And I think it's because this is a chemical SPF. I think that if it was a physical SPF, I may not have that problem. I do like this. I do recommend it. If you like a chemical formula, keep that in mind. But this is not a repurchase for me because I could never find a way to use it and it not be in my eyes. The one thing I do like is you're getting 2.5 ounces. 2.5 ounces, that's a lot. And this is under $20 at the drugstore. Easy to find, good SPF level. It is very moisturizing in the summertime. It was the only moisture product to put on my face straight out of the shower, and I'd throw some of this on and I'd be good to go. But I'll tell you, I had problems with it making my eyes sting. Love this. Craves Great Barrier Relief. Been ordering this since they made it, like since launch day. And I love the new packaging. I had enough of the old packaging. I think this is the first of the new packaging that I actually finished. And it's one of those that is really kind of cool because if you look at it, it has a little, kind of like a little balloon. The reason I love this is because this kind of like little balloon in here. When it's completely full, it's in the bottle, and you have like a little teeny tiny window here where you can see how much you have left. But it means that you get every single drop out of this. There is nothing left. My old problem with the old packaging is that I had to turn it upside down. I had to do this. I had to stick my finger in there. I wanted to get it all out, and it was just a lot of effort. There's no effort to finishing this up. Love this. And this is my favorite moisturizing serum. And I use this all year long. I have another one open right now. Love, 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 love. I like how easy they make it to recycle. They have like some perforations here. This gets recycled. You can take this guy off here and this gets recycled. Super easy. Love. I already repurchased and I'm halfway through my second one. This is Merit's Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is a beautiful but very glowy serum. This launched in the fall. Merit sent it to me to try it out. I loved it. I loved it enough that I just bought myself another one when it ran out. And I really, really like this. It is a bi-phase serum, which means it has 2 layers. You have to shake it up before. The only complaint I have is that when I press it down, oh, there's a little bit in there. I find that the first pump, there's almost nothing in there. And then it's you let the pump up, it like sucks it up into the dispenser at the bottom, and then I start pressing and then I start getting product out. But I like this. It's kind of hard to see because it's very runny, but I like this lightweight hydrating oil but serum. I really like the way this makes my skin feel. It makes my skin really glowy, really beautiful. I use it morning and night on my skin after I wash my face. Love this. I also like that you're getting more than the 1 ounce here. Here you're also getting the 1.7 fluid ounces. And I like that it's just barely over $40. Love that. Okay, this is something that my kids use all the time. My oldest, who has keratosis pilaris, uses it on the backs of her arms. My 13-year-old uses it like a lot of hair like right through here over their forehead, and they're like, why am I getting all of these? So we use it just to make sure we're exfoliating a couple times a week. I do sometimes use it across like my nose and my T-zone, but this is one of those products that I've been using for years. Ever since this first came out from The Ordinary, we've always had this glycolic toning solution in the house. But now that both my kids are using it, we're going through it a lot quicker. Let's talk some mascara. These are ones that I either would repurchase or I have repurchased. This is the Voluminous Primer from L'Oreal. Really like this. My favorite one is the Lancome one. I already have another one of these. I would be willing to get the Voluminous one because it's more affordable, but I already purchased the Lancome one. All right, here's one that I really like and I was so impressed with, the Beauty Pie False Lash. This is a beautiful mascara. The only thing I have problems with is this little teeny tiny wand. It gets a lot of product in there. This one was open for a little too long, so I mean, there's still stuff in here, but I'm gonna let her go, otherwise I'm gonna get an eye infection. And this one here, I've purchased multiple times. This is the Lash Idole mascara. I struggle with the ones that have more of these rubber bristle wands, and this is the only one that has kind of like this curved wand that I actually like on purpose get, that has those rubber bristle curved wands. I usually don't prefer that, but these are ones that I either have repurchased or would repurchase. And then I have like 2 little samples of what I think is the most overrated mascara in the world, which is the Better Than Sex. These I never used. These on the lids, one is marked A, one is marked L, one for Ava, one for Lily. So if my kids ever wanted to like do a full face of makeup and play before they were allowed to wear makeup, they would use these guys. So I hate this mascara. It smudges, it flakes, it's expensive, don't like. Here's one that I have repurchased. I normally get like the travel size, but I don't know that I would get it anymore because although I do like it, I don't know that I love it compared to what else I have. The Hourglass Caution Extreme. I like this mascara. I like the brush on this. It's more like a traditional like Christmas tree shaped wand, but she's really expensive. And I feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck with a Lancome mascara if I want a luxury mascara, but there are so many great drugstore mascaras. I don't know that I need to spend Hourglass prices. And for brows, I love NYX Control Freak. I need to repurchase this. I'm using a different clear brow gel right now, but when that's done, going back to my NYX, love that. I was a little, okay, this product is not made for me. This is the Thick It Stick It from NYX. The problem I have with this is it's such a thick formula and I don't have a lot of brows. If you're looking at this, the problem I have is there's always too much product on the brush. You can always take the time, you know, to do this, but I ain't got time for that. The other problem I have is how big the brush is. It's so big. I don't have big, voluminous, bushy brows. This makes it hard. The other thing is this whole it sticks. It's so sticky. And it's just like, it's too heavy. It's too heavy duty. I don't love it. I know other people love this, but I think this works better for people who have more actual brow hair than I do. I have to draw a lot of mine in. I struggle with this. Here's one that I got a sample size of in a set. This is the Rose Ink. I don't know what it's called, but it's just a regular clear brow gel. Again, too big of a wand. I didn't mind that it doesn't ever pull out too much product, but it never really held them in place. I have a little bit longer eyebrows. I've been using this one from The Ordinary. This is their multi-peptide lash and brow serum. I only use it on my eyebrows, but my eyebrows have been coming in a little bit fuller, which I like, but also they've been growing a lot longer. And this did not have enough like heft and ability to stick them in place. So they'd be up for like 30 minutes and they'd start to, and nothing is worse than like putting color in an exact place because your eyebrows are up in that position, you're filling in just a little gap, and then everything falls, and then whatever work you've done to like fill in your brows, it's not working anymore. But I have really liked this. I'm on my 3rd tube of the lash serum from Ordinary, like, and would recommend. I will link my declutter series for you in the description box down below, but I did put in some eyeliners I got rid of in here. Once was this liquid liner from Hank & Henry. Didn't love it, wouldn't repurchase. Another one that I didn't really love and I don't think I would repurchase is the Infallible from L'Oreal. This one, here's one that I felt like the formula worked really well and is super black. I just don't like the applicator. And it's the Milani Waterproof Stay Put Matte Eyeliner. 17-hour wear, yeah, no joke, this stays put. But for me, the fact that it's a felt tip and that it's rather chunky, I need something a little bit thinner than this, and I prefer a brush applicator. I'm willing to spend a little bit more to get my favorite one from M. This one is also basically out of juice. It's not anywhere near as dark as it needs to be. This is the Illustrative eyeliner, and I really like this. I've gone through countless pens. The only thing I think I've done wrong is I've introduced my 15-year-old to this, and she loves it so much. She's like, oh, next time you place an order, let me know. And I keep getting like ones for her birthday or for Christmas because it's $24. But it's such a good eyeliner. And I would much rather get like my perfect pen liner that is fabulous than deal with the applicator. The formula is good, but the applicator doesn't work for me. Not the way that I do it. And the older I get and the harder it is for me to see without glasses on while I'm applying makeup. So give me this every day and twice on Sundays. I finished up a couple of concealers. I don't think I'd repurchase either one of these because I like the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer so much better. This was her Magic Away Concealer. I didn't like it because it was one of those that I never could get the cap off. And it has a cushion tip on it, but mine got all gooey and gross, so I pulled it off. This was a little too heavy, especially on my older under eyes. I did like the retoucher, but I don't like the packaging because it's one of those that has like a brush and you got to twist it up and it's just a mess. No to these guys, yes to, and it's in my daily makeup drawer right now, this one from Charlotte Tilbury that comes in a tube with a doe foot. Don't give me any funky weirdness. Yeah, cool and different. Wants to be like the YSL Touche Clot, and this was kind of like a first of its, well, I guess no, the Maybelline one was, but I don't like cushions for my concealers. I like a doe foot. And I feel like this formula also sits better under my eyes than either one of these. One was too thin, one was too heavy. I finished a lot of lip products. Look. 2 Laneige Lip Sleeping Masks. I love this. The Apple Lime is my favorite. Well, my favorite is the one that I have open in my bedside right now is the Grapefruit. I could only get that when I purchase it from a K-beauty retailer like Yes Style or something like that. I can never find that flavor or that scent at Sephora. But you can get the Apple Lime there, which I also really love, and just the original. So I've gone through 2 of these. One that I was curious to see if I would like and would be a good replacement for this is this. This is a Smooth Ahead from Beauty Pie. This is their, I think they're calling it more like a lip balm and less like a lip sleeping mask, but I finished it. I got this in January, tail end of January. So it didn't even last me 3 months. This guy will last like 6 months or more, but you know why? Because you're getting a ton more. All right, so this is currently retailing for $24 and you're getting 20 grams. This is retailing for $12 and you're getting 7.5 grams. So that just means that price per ounce, you're getting more in here than you are in here. This was nice. It was a little bit heavier, a little bit glossier than the lip sleeping mask, but I don't love, and I wouldn't repurchase this. And I feel like if you already like this and you have your favorite scent that you can get, just get this. This was kind of like an experiment, and it was like no. And it's really expensive for the amount they give you. $12 for like a little teeny tiny quarter of an ounce. No. Some of these are empty, like this one's empty. And then I have 3 that are close. So my favorite balm, I love the GlossierBalm.com, but they reformulated. If you hadn't heard, this original formula had lanolin and it had beeswax, and they reformulated for when they went to Sephora, and now it's vegan. So there's no lanolin, there's no beeswax. I haven't tried the new formula, but so many people are saying it's not the same. And of course, I used to get the coconut and the mango all the time. I loved their holiday specials. Like this is one here of Swiss Miss. I have a cookie butter from 2021 that I just opened up. I love it. I love this. I'm hoarding every last, like I will cut this open and scrape out all that's left because this is my favorite, and like one's done, but 3 are really close. But I'm just so frustrated. I am trying something that has lanolin and beeswax. I don't feel like it's quite the same. It's the Smith Strawberry Lip Balm. It comes in plastic tube packaging. I'm gonna miss this, and it's so sad. All right, I did finish an Almost lipstick from Clinique. This one, I don't know what color this is. My eyes are too old. It's not the Black Honey. I still have the Black Honey someplace, but I got it in a duo set at the holidays. This is a pretty color. It's kind of like a little bit more pinky, but I love the Almost lipstick formula. I have for years. I've been wearing it since I was in high school. And then somewhere in my college years, they came out with not just Black Honey, but they came out with like a bunch of shades, and I bought like all 4 of them and loved them. Also finished one of the Sephora Melting Lip Clicks. I think this has been done for a while and I just lost track of it in my collection. This was the shade Creme Brulee. I wish they still made this. This is such a good product. It's glossy, it's hydrating, it's just a little bit of color, it's not too much. And so many people are doing a product like this, which is a hybrid between a lipstick and a lip gloss. I really like the one from Sephora. I'm gonna miss it. Oh, I ran out. You can actually see the doe foot at the bottom. This right here is my favorite shade of the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow. This is the shade Crystal Nebula, and I'm not buying a new one until I'm done. But look, this is what I want. So I've told myself I'm not going to get another one of this shade in Crystal Nebula until I'm done with the other 2 I have. And I have Cosmic Rose and I have Pink Moon. And I like Pink Moon, but I don't love it the way I love Crystal Nebula, where it's glowy and like intense, but not glittery. That's what's great about this formula. None of the formulas have glitter in them. But I feel like Cosmic Rose is too deep. Pink Moon is just the right shade, but it doesn't have the same intensity of shine that Crystal Nebula has, in my opinion. So I can't wait till I can get another one of these, but I gotta finish some other stuff. All right, I finished one of these from Pat McGrath. This is one that, this is a good under eye powder. I have already purchased another one, and I don't know why at $32 I keep buying it. And it's because, I think it's because it works, because we're getting, I don't know how much we're getting here. We're only getting 4 grams in this. It's really expensive, price per ounce. 4 grams for $32. But this works fantastic under the eyes. Another product that I love that is, I feel very similar, is the Beauty Pie One Powder Wonder in their shade Uber Lucent Universal. I got all the way down to where I couldn't get any more of the powder out from underneath this grid, but both the one from Pat McGrath and this one here are white. They're both slightly luminous. And when I say luminous, don't be afraid that it's gonna be like highlighter on your face, because it's not. This is the second one that I finished. I have the third one open right now. It's one of my favorite, most trusted, most reached for products. Love, love, love. By the way, here you're getting 8 grams. 4 grams, 8 grams. They're very similar. I don't know why I don't just switch to this, but I really like the one from Pat McGrath too. I think they're comparable, but I use this all over the face, not just under the eyes, but this one I use basically just under the eyes. Last thing I finished was the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder. Man, This is such a beautiful product. The problem I have with it is that it's hard to, once you get down to almost nothing left, it's hard to get the rest of it out of here because you can't take this gold part off. I have never figured out how to do it because there's still a little bit of powder down here, but I can't, like there is some, but I can't get it out. So I feel like although this is a beautiful powder, I would like a different package. Something that would be easier to get every last little bit out because it seems terrible. There's not a lot left to throw that away, but I can't get it out. So yeah, not repurchasing. All right, that took forever. Oh my goodness, there was so much stuff, But I would love to know, what sort of products do you frequently repurchase? What sort of products are your go-to? Like, I will not be without. And for me, it's those Cantu styling hair products. It's things like this Peach and Lily serum, the one from Crave. I love that. Apparently these guys, I have so many great products that I love, but I would love to know, what do you habitually repurchase? What do you habitually go back to and finish time and time and time again? Or if you tried something new and you're like, don't get it, it's not worth it, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.